The main thing is people said that she stole this song. We're going to dive into the origin of where that came from, basically.
I shall not lie, and I shall not cheat. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name's Alexis.
And I'm Liam.
And welcome to episode 11 of our podcast, The Blake Debate. I don't know why I always look at you.
You always struggle, like it's like you can't count.
It's not that I can't count, but we filmed them a week apart. I just spat, did you see that?
I didn't, but I might have caught it on the camera, so we'll do a slow motion playback. But 9, then it goes 10, and then
I understand
11.
the concept of counting, but
right, okay.
Episode 11, welcome. And if you're new here, we're a couple. I'm a trans woman, we met as two men, I transitioned, and so on and so on and so on. So what we're talking about
the rest is history.
Today.
So we're going to go over JoJo Siwa stealing Karma, apparently.
And the internet cancelling her. It's been quite harsh to see on TikTok, on YouTube, on Instagram. People are going after her. Like, it's quite a lot. So we're going to just review a few clips, look a bit at the song.
We'll react to a few clips, talk about that. And then we're going to talk about the fallacy that is saving money.
Oh, well, our channel's just taken a complete change in direction.
Well,
our channel, I love that.
We keep saying though, don't we? We're going to not always do LGBT.
Well, JoJo
Siwa
I think she's a lesbian, so it's kind of still in line with LGBT.
Yeah, but we're not talking about the lesbianism of it.
And, well, she does do a funky dance move on top of a lady in the video.
Well, that is true, but the saving money situation is a non-LGBT topic, so we're going to cover that.
Okay.
And then,
do you want to know a secret?
Go on.
I'm cheating at life. Look at the back of my head.
What on earth is that?
It's right. My hair's at sorry, completely off topic, but my hair's at an awkward length now where it keeps falling back, and I want it all forward. It looks nice and poofy and thick. So I did this for camera.
You're not supposed to give away these tricks, you know.
Well,
because the illusion is shattered then.
Well, you know. Oh, sorry.
You nearly just shattered the light.
Sorry. That was very dramatic. Anyway, shall we just jump into JoJo Siwa?
Should we dive? I thought you got your catchphrase, haven't you?
Shall we dive in?
Should we dive in? Let's go. That's literally what you...
Let's go. Oh, I did it.
See.
I can't not, like I'm subconscious.
Yeah, so for a bit of context, JoJo Siwa, she's recently released a single called Karma, kind of not being met with the greatest of reception, has it?
Well, yeah, some of the content like I've seen online that is really negative towards JoJo is a little bit about the song, it's a little bit about the dance in the music video and so on and so on. But a lot of the content is actually about what she said on the media press tour surrounding the release of the music. She said some, I wouldn't say it's controversial, but it's just quite outrageous claims, some of the things she's been saying.
I feel like the word outrageous is worse than controversial.
Do you think? Well, some of the things she's been saying, I'm a bit like, okay, sure, hon, but we're going to watch it. Some of the clips anyway, and you'll see what I mean in a minute. If you don't know who JoJo Siwa is, she was on a popular American TV show called Dance Moms. She grew up on it. She was an incredible dancer. I believe is still an incredible dancer. And she's now had this pivot, this shift, this life change.
Well, she became a YouTuber though.
She did. But she's always been like pink, sparkle, glitter, happy, energetic. Let's go. Right, and she's had this dramatic life
childish,
shift.
But not in like childish in the sense that her
But now she's grown up. She's done like a Miley. You know when Miley was like, I'm done Disney Channel?
Yeah.
You know when she had that era?
Yeah.
She's trying to do her own reinvention era. And some people say it's flopped and it's not worked out. But let's go. Right, let's watch a little clip.
Right, okay, let's watch this first video.
I feel like we need to watch a little bit of the song for context of those who haven't been graced with its presence yet. Not gonna lie, I think the dancing there is kind of good.
Yeah, no, like, the dancing is.
I think like people are ripping her dancing because there's this one dancing where she's like vibrating and everyone's like taking like the mick out of it. But I think the dancing's really good.
You're an ex-professional dancer, so it's not like you don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, like she is a very good dancer. Like don't get me wrong, like the aerial, the flip that she did, insane, like really high skill stuff. Like she looks really great. I mean, there's a lot of controversy. People seeing a child star grow up suddenly grinding on girls. girls and kissing girls, that's part of, I think, the shock to people. But I think it's a bit of a bop. I'm not going to lie. I hated it at first.
To be fair, yeah, I didn't like the song at first. I automatically just didn't like it.
Yeah.
The main thing is people said that she stole this song. We're going to dive into a little bit as to the origin of where that came from, basically. The reason people are saying that she stole the song is because it was uncovered a few weeks ago. The song was originally pitched to Miley Cyrus back in 2011, and for whatever reason, it never got...
She didn't want it.
Well,
she didn't like it.
Either that or it just didn't get off.
Or did she write a demo? She sang the demo, I think, maybe.
I think there's a bit of a recording, but if there was, it's never been released. But it was originally pitched to Miley Cyrus, and either her or her team basically passed upon it. And then it went to another artist called Britt Smith instead. She ended up recording a video for it. It was, I think, produced by Timbaland. Well, he's in the video, but the video actually never got released. It never got released as a single. Until now. When it was uncovered that this song that JoJo is singing had already existed before, people then found out it was Britt Smith that had originally recorded it, and they basically campaigned for the last couple of weeks for her to release it, and then...
She did.
She did. So it's been released on YouTube. And I always find it interesting that being a big movie fan, there's always projects in the works. There's always projects that are completed and they'll never see the light of day. Recently, I won't go into too much detail, but Batgirl is a full movie that's been recorded. Yeah,
you've told me about
fully
this
done,
in length.
Dusted, ready to go, and it got shelved. And it's such a shame, you know, being into music, being into movies as well, that there's these things out there that don't get released. But in this case, it got released, and I'm telling you now, it's a bop.
It is.
Absolutely love the original.
The main drama that I've seen online is that JoJo was claiming she wrote this song and it's her baby, she started 2 years ago and all these bits and bobs, and then it's come out that it was actually pitched to her and she had nothing to do with writing the song. It was a fully fledged song. So when you actually go back on the interview, she never explicitly said, I wrote it. She just insinuated, she'd say things like, well, I've been working on my music for a while and over the last couple of years and this is my baby, but let's watch the clip that you found.
There were little clips that if you watched it, you'd think that that's what she's saying, but she never actually explicitly said that.
I think the internet is coming down hard on her. Yeah. Like, I think maybe a bit too hard. I mean, she's very young still, and she's grown up in the limelight. Did she word everything the best? No, but let's watch this clip.
Yeah, well, the internet though, 2 + 2 is 5. The internet always comes to
a different. You could spin any story whichever way you want with enough footage.
Like, we found this video footage today, and of the fact that she's not said what's claimed to have been said, but there's still people in comments that say, "Can't believe she stole the song." Can't believe it's like,
after watching it.
Yeah, in the music industry, you cannot really steal a song, right? Because somebody's wrote it already. You can't just go in there and steal a song and release it and have a team of people that authorise it and put it through.
Yeah,
you can't steal music like that. There are little things sometimes that come about where like the melody might have been used and then there'll be a claim put in, but in terms of a full song, you can't just steal someone's song and run away with it and put it out as your own without some serious repercussions. But yeah, it was pitched to her. And in regards to writing music, seldomly.
Fancy.
Is that right?
Yeah, I think so.
People write their own music in the music industry.
Yeah, no, they do have like a team of people. Even if they are one of the writers, they normally have co-writers, producers. Like it's a whole how
thing.
Often is it where someone writes their own song, records it, produces it,
sing the theme tune?
What's that?
Little Britain.
I don't know. I don't think I've seen that one.
Like take Kelly Clarkson's song, Breakaway.
Na 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 na
is that,
na 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 na.
Is that the song?
Do
you know who wrote
it? No.
Avril Lavigne and 2 of her co-writers.
That doesn't surprise me. That doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It is. Well, Sia wrote Diamonds for Rihanna, and then she regrets giving it to her because it's a really good song.
Yeah. Sometimes artists will get a song written for them and they'll be like, it's not my cup of tea. And then it goes big with someone else. Let's watch this video.
Did JoJo actually explicitly say that she wrote Karma? No, she did not. JoJo Siwa did not say in any video or interview that explicitly that she wrote Karma. In fact, in one particular interview, she says explicitly that the song was pitched to her, which means, of course, that it was already written.
And then I got pitched this song, Karma. And its first word is, I was a bad girl. And I was like, oh, fuck, it's a good song. I was like, but I can't say that. I can't say I'm a bad girl. I'm not.
I have absolutely no horse in this race. I personally think there have been several marketing mistakes during JoJo's rollout and her team's rollout of this song and this rebranding. But it is important to me that people understand the accuracies of how the music industry works. There are almost no pop stars in this business who write all of their own songs.
I think what has confused the internet is that for quite a lot of interviews, it has sort of led people to believe that she helped write it and create it. This song, I don't mind. She can sing, do whatever she wants, wear whatever she wants, be whoever she wants. But it's when she says things in the press tour, really like strong claims, and I'm like, oh, you shouldn't have said that. That's what my issue is with it, a little bit. Not an issue, but it's where I'm like, I can see why people are annoyed, basically. Let me show you this clip.
A bit of an uproar with stuff.
Thou shalt not lie.
Thou shalt not cheat.
This moment of making it very clear that we are going from child star to adult artist.
And we're so excited. I mean, we've seen artists do this from Britney and Slave for You, Miley Can't Be Tamed. Like, how is this era gonna feel for you to just finally let it go and be who you authentically are?
That's been my most massive inspiration, is no one has made this dramatic of a change yet. No one has made, in my generation, this extreme of a switch. I am the first in the generation. It is very scary, but someone's gotta do it.
Hey, we can't.
And there are people in my generation who have gone from child star to adult star.
Okay. So when you watch the music video and you listen to the lyrics and you see the makeup and the costume, I'm not feeling like that's such an extreme.
I mean, it's just a costume. No one has made this dramatic of a change. I mean, like, look back in all pop music. Like Madonna, one of the pop music icons, she changed every few years to keep reinventing herself, like constantly. Lady Gaga, they all do it.
To stay relevant, you've got to reinvent yourself.
But like when I first watched it, and she was like, no one has made this dramatic of a change, and I'm like,
dramatic, extreme.
I changed genders, hon.
You did.
I think many people have changed dramatically in their life.
Yeah, but you're not a singer though.
Well, if I wanted, no, I couldn't be. I couldn't be. I'm not very good. But that was what I mean. Like, it was just all so dramatic. But then you got to think again. Looking at the flip side of that, playing devil's advocate, is she has been brought up in front of a camera to perform. Not just when she's dancing. She's always, when she talks in their interview, she's performing constantly. It's who she is and what she's been brought up around. So of course she's gonna.
Well, she's gonna dramatise it and
continue that, I guess. And I think it's probably also a strong push from the marketing team, which she'll have a whole team of people advising. She's not just out there on her own doing it.
If you overhype something, you're going to be disappointed, or the audience is going to expect the world and it's going to under-deliver. Whereas if you just tease and you know,
but then there's also the argument that she has said all these outrageous things, caused a stir on the internet, which it does. Everyone's talking about it. Maybe it's not all the best things people are saying, but how many millions of views does that video have?
They say that, well, as it stands right now, Karma has had 29 million views.
And also, just taking it back to Miley Cyrus as well, the outrageous time she cut her hair off and everyone said she was going crazy. It baffles me that people say this about women when they just change their hair. But she cut her hair off and everyone's like, oh my god, Miley's losing it. But the hysteria that built up when she released Bangers, and then do you remember when she twerked on stage in front of Robin Thicke? Everyone was like, this is disgusting, but it probably boosted her career.
Yeah, within reason, there's no such thing as bad publicity.
So I genuinely believe there's a team of people behind her who are pushing her to say these outrageous things. Because if she was just another teen star that released a song, there's hundreds of them that have come out of Disney Channel that have tried to do an album and it's flopped without that oomph, and she's got that oomph.
She's got a bit of controversy behind her, which is what you need.
Yeah, I think
what do you need?
Well, she said one of the videos we watched said it was bad marketing, but I don't think it is. I mean, she's not very well liked, I guess, at the minute, which is obviously awful for her, but her marketing, it's done its job.
The thing is,
we're all talking about it. We all know it.
We're all talking about it. The videos had 29 million views.
So angrily.
No, but we're all talking about it. If you search on YouTube right now for JoJo Siwa, you just present you video after video after video after video.
And I never really saw much of her, to be honest. Like, I knew of her name and who vaguely she was, but we know she is now.
Yeah, I know she is now.
So it's done its job.
But on the back of that, because everyone's pushed for Brit Smith to release her version, you've now got these two versions of the same song, almost like competing. But genuinely, and I'm not just saying this because, again, if you look on online comment section, everyone's like, oh, I prefer the original. But I genuinely prefer the original. I was at the gym the other day one time. We were texting.
Yeah.
And I sent her a video of me just bopping away, and I was miming it. And she's like, oh, you're listening to JoJo Siwa? And I'm like, no, I'm listening to the Brit Smith version.
He loves it. it
I
on
love
repeat
it.
constantly.
On repeat. And the thing is, I think the reason I like it so much is because I'm a big fan of Timbaland. And like the song sounds, it's same with the new version, it sounds like a 2011 song, and that's because it is effectively. But Timbaland's, like, that section of songs that were produced by Timbaland, they had the same kind of sound to it, and that sound I like, and that's why I think I like the original. And the video makes sense. Like, in the video,
Well, yeah.
she's telling a story, and obviously what's happening on screen coincides with the words, whereas with JoJo Siwa, it doesn't really.
I saw this meme the other day, and it was someone like JoJo Siwa, huge transformation, no one's changed like this, and then it was just a picture of her wearing pink glitter and then her wearing black glitter.
Yeah.
It did make, I mean, it's cruel, but it did make me laugh a little bit.
Well, that song,
I'm not gonna lie.
on the new video, like her outfit. It's
Well,
a
that's
bit,
that. No,
naff, innit?
that's been taken from a punk rock superstar. I don't know his name though. He used to have a white face and then black.
Kiss.
I think that's where the style inspires come from.
Yeah. But
She's
a team of people came up with that costume. Come on.
Yeah.
It was a bit naff.
But the dancing, going back to
Yeah,
that,
the
I think
dancing's
the
good.
dancing's good.
Yeah.
There's something else I want to watch as well, if that's alright. Okay.
No, it's not alright. Absolutely not.
Sorry. Tough. So going back to Brit Smith, is it Brit Smith?
Brit Smith.
Her version of the song, and obviously JoJo Siwa's the competing at the minute. Like, it's the internet just hilarious. So let's watch this little clip.
Brit Smith finally dropped her version of Karma, and it is doing better than JoJo Siwa's. After people spamming Brit's comments telling her to release the song, she finally did it. And it's doing better than JoJo Siwa's because Brit's version is ranked number 5, while JoJo's isn't even in the top 100. It's just crazy because Brit's only song was released 11 years ago. She was originally going to do Karma, but went with Provocative, which flopped and quit music altogether. But 11 years later, JoJo buys Karma and drops her version, and it became Brit's second chance to fulfill her dream as an artist. But there might be a problem because JoJo's mom said, imagine recording a demo and then being dropped by your label, then 10 years later putting that demo out with 0 rights to it. But either way, Brit's road to fame is incredible, and Karma really did hit JoJo Siwa like a bitch.
That was JoJo Siwa's mum commenting, wasn't it?
I mean, that was a bit rude.
The drama!
Did you see that comment? Let's read that comment.
So JoJo Siwa's mum commented, imagine recording a demo and then being dropped by your label, then 10 years later putting that demo out with 0 rights to it.
That's
the
savage.
drama.
That's really sassy. But I feel like that's being written because it's doing better than JoJo's
Well, JoJo
version.
Siwa's has a lot more views, the video.
The video does, yeah.
But Brit Smith in the charts is climbing, like, I think a couple of days ago it was like number 7 or 8, and it's just going up and up and up.
If you listen to the two different versions, the original, for me, it's got more of a bop to it.
No, I do. There's one more thing I want to talk about as well, if
Okay.
that's all right. It's another
You
clip,
don't have
sorry.
to keep, you don't have to keep asking me
Sorry,
permission.
there's loads of clips and I know it's annoying, but I need to talk about it. So I do want to look at another interview. This was like on the press tour, like the build, like, oh, everyone, I'm coming out with a song, and it was just get the hype going.
This before it released.
I believe this was before it was released. It's JoJo talking about like her genre of music and what she's going to be creating, and she's trying to put her stamp in the music world. But let's be honest, like, nothing's new anymore in fashion, music, movies. Everything's just old ideas recycled and changed and twisted and bent. Like, we look at fashion right now, it's 2000s brought. Anyway, I digress. But basically,
another story for another
she's
time.
creating her own. Let's just watch
genre.
it. You'll see what I mean.
The genre is, I said it back in the day when I first signed with Columbia, I said, I want to start a new genre of music. And they said, what do you mean? And I said, well, it's called Gaypop. And they were like, what's that? And I was like, it's like K-pop, right? But it's Gaypop. There's a style of dance. It's a newer style of dance. I'm aging myself. It was newer.
I can't watch anymore. She knows, like, gay pop. Yeah, it's not necessarily had that label. But
Well, no, because if you look in genre Spotify, there isn't a genre called gay pop, but we all know what gay pop is.
I think gay pop does exist. It always has for a long time. It's just never had that specific name. So, like, look at Freddie Mercury and Todrick Hall and
Little Nas X.
There's so many artists.
Lady Gaga.
Yeah, she's not specifically gay, but she's big in the LGBT. Like, Born This Way is literally a song about LGBT rights. Like, gay pop's a thing, JoJo. I'm really sorry. You didn't invent it. You're maybe part of it now, which is cool. Enjoy that.
Welcome.
But you didn't invent it. And I think it's having that, I don't want to say narcissism, because I think that's a very strong word, but maybe think of like a diluted word for narcissism. I think it's that I created this amazing genre of
Cockiness.
music.
I suppose cockiness, isn't
But
it?
you didn't. You are contributing to it in your own way, and that's fine.
Which
but
actually
just
brings
own
me
that.
to the next next point is she was re-interviewed at a certain point, and in this video she then explains that she's adding to the...
But why not say that? She's a grown-up, she's 20, you know things about the world. Like, how do she think that she invented it?
I don't know. I mean, imagine if you put me on an interview on live TV and got me to answer questions.
But that's what she's done all her life, though. It's not new to her.
Well, yeah.
So I think this is where the problem is. So you imagine all these little snips of interviews, like, I'm inventing Gaypop, I'm reinventing myself, this big transformation. So everyone's expecting this huge, hype, dramatic shift, crazy, wow. And then when it comes out, it's just like, we've literally heard this sort of music before.
It literally is a song from
that
before.
We've heard before. I think it's all of that. That's what people had the problem with. So they were immediately going to turn on the song because of the build up to it. But again, it's had a lot of streams, had a lot of views.
29 million views, baby.
And I think her marketing team definitely had a clear strategy. Potentially there might be people behind the scenes feeding like, oh my gosh, JoJo, you've created this new genre of Gaypop. Like, you just don't know, do you?
I genuinely think that with stuff like this, people sit in a boarding room and they come up with these genius ideas on how to get something out there and make it more popular, even if it makes it slightly infamous.
I mean, the internet's so saturated, isn't it, now, with all types of content. So to be classed as outrageous or extreme or controversial, you have to do like pretty outrageous things now. And
I think there's a form of manipulation in it. Somewhere, which brings us to the next topic we're going to talk about.
Was that your little smooth segue, babe?
That was what I was trying to do.
That was very, very smooth.
It was going to be it, but then you...
Did I point it out? Sorry. Calling you out.
It's all right. So, saving money.
Ooh, exciting.
In general, the topic of saving money. No, you can't say tired. No, because it's for the audience as well. You can't assume that this topic is a boring topic and then expect them to
I need
watch
you
our
to
podcast.
light up my life with this topic.
I know right now.
Don't you point at them.
I'm not pointing at them, I'm pointing at the camera, I'm pointing at the time on the camera. I know right now, roughly, if the drop-off of interest on this video goes at this point, I know it's because you said this next topic is boring.
That's harsh, don't blame me. Right, go for it.
Right, the fallacy of saving money. So companies, right, left, right and centre, always tell you they can save you money, don't they?
Right.
On the whole. Generally, that's most companies will be like, come to us because we can save you
like look at all
money.
Like the supermarket reward schemes and you sign up to everything, you get discounts and all that rubbish,
Yeah, so you've got your club cards, you've got your Nectar cards, you've got your reward cards, haven't you? Because they all claim to save you money.
Well, they do.
Okay.
Like when we do our food shopping, we get like £10 off because of that card.
Okay, we do. What do we do with that £10 that we get off?
We don't get it back. You just save it.
Save it where?
You don't spend it. So you're spending less.
What would you do with that £10 that we saved that week? Where does it go?
It's not anywhere.
We don't put it in the pot then?
No, because you don't. So
we didn't save £10 in, did
no,
we?
but you're not spending that £10. So then
you are. You're just going to spend it somewhere else.
But then the argument could be that £10. Oh, brain.
So my point I'm trying to make is, unless you put the money that you have saved that week or that month away, you haven't actually saved any money. But the thing is, companies manipulate us into thinking we're saving money all the time, and that's why we keep going back to them. But all we're actually doing is repurposing the money we would have saved back into that company.
You get them told, babe.
Yes, you people. No, and it's.
Are you trying to tell me we need to start saving money?
I'm not insinuating that's what we need to do, but I'm just saying I just find it a really interesting topic. So let's say, for example, £2.50 or buy two for £4.
Right.
So you've saved £1.
No. Yes. Oh my gosh, my maths was not mathing.
Yeah. But actually, what you've done is you've spent more money than you intended to buy in the first place.
Right.
Because you don't need two of the items that you've just bought.
I do fall for that, you know.
I know. What a lot of people do.
I'm not allowed to go shopping anymore because when I go, the bill's much higher than when I don't go.
When I go shopping for a food shop, when I go shopping for a food shop, easily below £100 for a week shopping, that is. And bearing in mind, I'm on a very strict eating plan.
I know you've had steak every night for 3 nights.
Yeah, but even though I'm getting steak every night, it's still under £100. If I go shopping, it's under £100. You go shopping, it's £130, £140. And I'm like, how?
Because they have all these offers on
that save you money.
I don't like them sometimes.
But yeah, it's like things like butter, for example. Butter. You know, how many butters do you need in your fridge? But again, £3 each or 2 for £5. You buy 2 and you think I've saved £1, but you haven't. You've actually spent £2 more than you intended to spend in the first place, and you've got 2 butters in your fridge.
But then you saved 2. Oh.
You haven't. You haven't, because you spent more than you intended to buy.
Do you know what I always find funny? That every week we buy, this completely off topic by the way.
Is
but,
it?
Yeah. Every week we buy spinach, and we genuinely we genuinely believe that we're going to eat that spinach every single week. We buy a £1 big bag, we put it in the fridge drawer, and then it just sits there under the light for a week. And then at the end of the week, we go food shopping again. We've not eaten it. We put it in the bin, and then we buy another one.
We repeat this really dangerous cycle. But I actually saw a funny video on TikTok. If I can find it, I'll try.
Is it about spinach? That's what's made me think of it.
It's literally a video of a guy being like,
I can't wait to not eat this.
The caption says about, you know, when you know you're buying spinach, just to let it rot in your fridge or something. It's really funny. But yeah, I just find it a really interesting concept. Like, if we put the money aside every week that we were saving, we would then in fact be saving money.
Say they've got a bottle of wine for £10, and then 2 weeks later it's £14, but you get it for £10 with a special card from the store. So then it's all a bit like cheating, isn't it? Plus, have you seen? I don't know if this is the same in America. Sorry to jump in, and I'm butting in, and I am going to butt in right now because I am furious.
You're doing quite well with the butting in.
Thank you. I'm trying really hard. I went and bought olive oil the other day.
I was just thinking about that.
Do you know how much I paid for olive oil? I don't know if it's the same in America, but here it's like over $10 for olive oil. Olive oil.
I served a customer today.
I don't know why I always like to do that.
I served a customer today, and it was £13.50 for the olive oil he bought. But do you know why that is?
Why?
It's because we have to import it. I think it's to do with
Brexit.
I think it's to do with Brexit. Why it's gone through the roof. It's ridiculous.
Well, we've all learnt something new today, and if you're still here after Liam's financial review,
it's not a financial
review.
So
we branch off to a new topic.
I just think it's really interesting because companies, they do these things. They manipulate us effectively into spending more money.
That's what marketing is.
Of course it is, but like what you just said a minute ago about the prices of things, all these different supermarkets have these prices for normal customers and prices for loyal customers.
Yeah.
But the thing is, to be able to be a loyal customer, you have to subscribe or sign up to their card. But this card is an exclusive VIP thing. Anybody can get it. So why don't all these supermarkets just not have a loyalty scheme and have the lower prices for everyone? But they won't, because it appears like we are saving money.
It works, doesn't it? I just can't get over how expensive everything is now.
It's crazy. Even the placement of items in a shop, though, is done in a way that's...
Stimulates the brain.
Yeah.
I know never go shopping hungry, because that's when I spend more like $160, and that's when I get really told off.
I know, honestly, when I'm serving customers, I know if they're shopping while they're hungry or not.
Because you can see the crap that they're buying.
I can literally tell a customer when they're coming in, I know that they've come in for just milk, but they've spent 60 quid, have everything but milk.
And then they
get home and they're like, oh, I've left the milk.
And they've spent loads and loads. Well, I do it. I'm the exact same, so I can't. I'm so sorry. When you were talking, then I yawned.
It's all right.
You'll have to blur my face out.
I'm obviously boring.
You're not boring. I've been up since 4 a.m. for work. Oh, no, I would have punched you in a minute.
I got up at 4 on Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday with you, didn't I? Yeah, I did.
No, you got up at 5.
No, I got up at 4.
I woke you up at 5 with a coffee in
bed.
You
woke me up at 5 with the coffee, so yeah.
Because I'm nice.
Anyway.
You're literally tall then.
I got that off my chest.
Okay, do you feel better now?
Yeah, a little bit.
Does everyone feel like they've learned something today? Yay!
Should we move on to the subscriber questions?
Let's do it.
I'm going to be honest with you, this is my favourite part of the show.
Is it really?
Yeah.
That's really cute.
I love it. I love reading the questions and stuff.
Go for it then.
Right, so question number 1 is from Fabella. I think that's right. If you and Liam end up adopting a baby, and as a young kiddo, they express they have gender dysphoria, then as a parent, how would you guys go about supporting them on that journey? Love you both.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you.
Thank you. I would let them explore their gender to a degree, depending on the age as well. It depends how old they are. But I would let them just be who they want to be, whatever that means. As they get older, certainly because obviously like the Tavistock Centre in London, like they are stopping prescribing puberty blockers now in the UK to anyone who's underage. So I would let them figure out who they are, but I wouldn't be like, right, let's go to school as a girl, but you're born a boy. Like I wouldn't push them.
No.
And I would try and be very cautious. I'd let them get comfortable with things at home, and I'd just try and take it very slow. Because controversial, but kids change their mind a lot. Like, I remember doing it as a kid, and my mum was concerned that maybe this was a phase for me when I was 15, and it could have been, you just never know. So I think taking each step with caution, trying to look after them, trying not to expose them to too much too young, and just trying to be as careful as possible. Well,
you've been there, you've done that, you know how long it's taken for you to, I suppose, come to terms and accept it. So
I think if you're supporting them best you can, and when I say supporting, I don't mean pushing, I just mean talking to them about things and trying to help them figure things out. But then 2 weeks later, their mind might change, and then you've got to go with that. So that's fine as well.
Yeah, because just the thing is, when kids first initially say something, my little sister, when she was growing up, some stuff she said, I'm like, yeah, we'll just leave it a week or two, you know.
Yeah.
And then it does, and I think you've just got, you can't just go all guns blazing in on that subject.
You got to
I wanted to be a transformer when I was a kid.
You're my transformer.
Transformers, robots.
Am I a
in
transformer?
disguise.
Someone once commented on my video saying, yeah, this is an amazing I think they said something like, you're a brilliant transformer, and I'm like, that's my favourite thing. I know, that's what they said to me.
Robots
But
in
yeah,
disguise.
in all honesty,
More than meets the eye.
what do you think? How would you deal with it?
I'd say it's a phase, get over it. I'm joking.
Liam, your jokes are getting darker.
No, I would, same as Alexis, I'd say, look, let's just take a step back, let's just see. And the thing is, it depends on the age.
Yeah.
Because if they come to you at 3-4-year-old versus 8-9-year-old versus 12-13-year-old, I think there's 3 different types of conversations to be having there.
Oh, all right, parent.
I'm already a parent.
No, you're a kid, but okay.
I'm a parent
but that's
to a cat.
That's the best way I can answer it. And it also, we're not parents yet. We don't know how things gonna go. You just never know how you'd react to different situations, do you? Sorry, that's a really long-winded answer, but it's a really hard question.
It's one of those things where we are no more or less equipped to be a parent, and I don't think we're any more or less qualified to deal with that situation
until it happens. Because you never know until it happens to you.
I think 98% of being a parent is probably winging it anyway.
Figuring it out, yeah.
Because you have no idea.
Yeah. Okay, question number 2 is from PoppySeed0990 with a picture of a pineapple. Sorry. I don't think most of us know how you guys met.
Oh.
Have we not spoke about this? I feel like maybe somewhere once, maybe.
We've mentioned it on TikTok and stuff and whatnot, but we met on an app called Hinge.
We met on a dating app.
Yeah, which is it's a bit like Snapchat. Not Snapchat, it's a bit like, what's the other swipey one?
Tinder.
Yeah, it's a bit like Tinder.
You sounded so old then, I'm not going to lie.
It's a bit more...
human.
Yeah, a bit more human, a bit more sophisticated, because the way that Hinge works is, like Tinder, you put a few pictures up and you write a little bit on your bio.
Yeah.
Bio.
Yeah.
But what's different about Hinge is you have like 3 questions.
You sound like you're selling it right now.
They asked, didn't they? You have like 3 questions in which you write a question, but then you answer it yourself. So for example, I think I had something like, what's my idea of a perfect date? And then I answer it myself. And then when someone looks at your profile, they, before messaging you or liking a picture or whatnot, they get to kind of find out a little bit more about
it's more about personality as well as looks, because I think like Tinder's just like looks, whereas this is more... But you know what he did? He ghosted me for like 3 days after we started talking. We started talking, and then he just went silent, and he just stopped replying to me. So I was like, great,
I was a busy guy. I was busy. I was replying to everyone else.
Imagine if you'd never...
I'm joking. But I was busy.
You don't want to go there. You don't want to see her tonight. She will come out.
I was really busy at the time. But it wasn't until you sent me your Instagram profile, and then I started having a little, swipey swipe through Instagram, and I'm like, okay, I might have to start putting a bit more effort into
And you did,
one.
and then the rest is history.
Yeah.
And now I just want to... Okay.
Next question.
Really in my head, that song.
Cameras. No matter.
Right, go for it.
This question is from Barb Giffin. Who is the better cook, and what kind of food do you like to eat?
Right, no, don't look at me. Look that way, and then point on the count of 3. Point to who you think the better cook is. Are you ready?
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Oh no!
I'm the better cook.
No, I'm the better cook.
We'll agree to disagree. I'm the better cook, and not only am I the better cook, I cook more often as well.
Well, I'll agree with you there. You cook more often because you're at home more than me. But I think, well, no, you are actually. Now I'm thinking about it. I think
made you gluten-free fried chicken the other day because you missed KFC and you absolutely loved it. And I made it with gluten-free cornflakes, salt and pepper. I made the whole thing myself.
How nice are those cookie things I made at the weekend?
Are you going to say what about the fried chicken that I made you?
It was very
From
nice.
scratch.
Thank you. All right.
Gluten-free.
Little homemaker here. Okay, I'll agree that you think you are the better cook.
No, that's not the same thing, is it? I
Yeah.
am the better cook.
Okay.
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 And what do we like to eat?
We're quite basic, really. Bolognese, carbonara, Mexican, Italian, which is
Pizza.
bolognese, carbonara, pizza.
The thing is, what I like to eat versus what I'm actually eating at the moment is a little bit different because I'm on keto at the moment. So I'm doing keto. I've just finished doing a 12-week bulking phase. If you don't know what bulking it means, I just...
Everyone knows what bulking is.
Well, not everyone does, do they? Some people might be watching this that don't. So basically, eating as many protein-rich foods as I can while I'm working out to try to build a lot of muscle. But unfortunately, when you do, you're still going to build a bit of fat. So now I'm on a cutting phase, which means I'm effectively trying to burn away that fat that I've added on.
It's exhausting.
It is exhausting.
Watching you eat like 8 meals a day.
It is hard work. I'm only having 6 meals a day at the moment. And 3 of those meals are protein shakes.
I'm trying to eat better and start working out because since starting my transition, I haven't exercised. And I used to be a dancer, so I've gone from everything to nothing. I've gained a few pounds, so I'm trying to be a bit
You've gained a few pounds where it matters, though.
Thank you. That was the nicest thing I think you've ever said to me.
No, I don't think it's the nicest thing I've ever said to you. I think the nicest thing I've ever said to you was, will you marry me?
Yeah, that was cool. That was pretty cool. I'm just trying to eat a bit cleaner, but yeah, we just kind of eat normal things. We don't really eat a lot of frozen food.
I must admit, we don't eat processed food and we don't eat frozen food.
I mean, I love an occasional McDonald's.
Yeah, McDonald's. Yeah. McDonald's. Never heard it being called that.
Really?
Never heard it. But yeah, the thing is at the moment, because I'm on keto, I have to be super, super healthy. But when I have what's called my refeed meals, so when I can kind of just eat a really naughty meal, I do like, there's a restaurant that we go to in Leeds called Almost Famous, very American themed, and they do like bacon fries, which is like fries, normal potato, sweet potato with bacon bits on bacon sauce, and it's just to die for, and the greasy burgers, but they're beautiful, and I have that occasionally. Really enjoy that. We slow cook a lot of food.
Well, I bloody love my air fryer.
Oh god!
I saw on Instagram today. You can boil an egg in the air fryer.
No way.
Hard boiling eggs. He eats like 50 hard boiled eggs a day at the minute.
I eat 4.
Well, you eat a lot. 8 minutes, 180 degrees. You just put them in on the metal tray, and it hard boils.
Do you know what? When we set up our cooking channel, we'll go into more details.
All right. Next question. This is, oh my gosh, the picture's insane. But this is from Angelica Munkerstrap. What is your dream job if sky's the limit, each of you? What's your dream job?
My dream, genuinely, it's going to probably sound really ridiculous, but my dream job would be to be a model.
Oh, you are beautiful.
Thank you. I have always wanted to be a model. I have done a few modelling shots, nothing too exciting. I think I was on ASOS once. If I can find the pictures, I will put them up, but it's many years ago, so whether they still exist, I don't know. But I'd love to do modelling, and I think that stems from, I'm basically a real life case of the ugly duckling.
What do you mean?
So when I was a kid, I was extremely overweight. At my heaviest, I was like 18 stone. And you know this. And I was heavily bullied at school all throughout my teenage life, up until 17 actually. And then one day I got a photo taken of me when I wasn't looking, and that kind of started the journey off that I knew I needed to lose weight. So I hit the gym and I lost a lot of weight. So I think wanting to become a model, it would be almost like a way of me being able to accept that I'm good enough in that.
You are.
Thank you, but
you're very cute.
Like, I know the thing is, I know I'm not ugly. I don't think I'm ugly, but it's taken a long time for me to kind of appreciate and accept the way I look.
Saying that how confident you are, you're one of the most insecure people I've ever met.
Yeah, I am really insecure. And the thing is, if you gave me a microphone and asked me to address a stadium full of people, I could do that, no issue. If you asked me to take my top off in front of 10 strangers, on the other hand, I would turn into a disappear. And
you're beautiful.
Thank you. But that is what I would love to do. And it sounds crazy because if you can't take your top off in front of 10 people, how could you become a model? But that's my dream job. The sky's the limit. That is what I would love to do. It doesn't even have to be obviously topless pictures or anything. Just I would love to do modelling, and I do find it really interesting. You never know.
I think I don't know what my dream job would
be. I'd have to be like doing it for like probably Gap magazine now, where I'm the dad with kids. not the young stood on the beach running.
I love it. I don't know what my dream job would be. I really don't know. Like, I feel, it's going to sound really cringe. Don't judge me.
Okay.
I kind of am doing it. Like, my dream used to be a dancer on cruise ships, and I worked for like 6 years training in dance school, and I did that for a while, and I loved it. And then I was like a bit lost for a while, and then I found HR, which I love. I really do love it, and it gives me a lot of like fulfillment. And then we do this, and
Yeah.
this is a dream of mine. It wasn't my dream, but it's become my dream since doing it. If that makes sense.
Well, yeah, because you never intended for this to kick off as like.
Not when I started talking. After my transition, I was offline for 2 years. We went back on, and it just sort of happened.
We went incognito, didn't we, for 2 years?
So I don't know. It's a hard question.
You get to go to work in your day job, and being in HR, you effectively get to make sure people are treated right and
that's
legally and morally.
I talk to people all day and help people feel better, which is an amazing feeling.
And then you come home and you carry on doing that.
It's like but you know what's weird? It's two separate lives.
Yeah.
It very much feels like, because at work, I don't talk about this stuff. So very few people at work know about my social media stuff.
Your bosses and the company
they know.
They're like basically as long as you don't say no bad,
Yeah. But I think I'm
got a job.
I'm really happy. Like, again, I'm going to sound a bit cringe. Go back 10 years when I was still dreaming of being a dancer.
You never thought you'd meet a
still
stud like
living
you.
as the man. I never thought that anything that I have right now would be possible. So right now, my life as it is, if this is it for me, that's perfect.
Well, this is what I said.
I never thought living all this stuff as me as Alexis, as a woman and transitioning, and I'm good where I am.
That's what I said I think it was in the other podcast last week.
Just being grateful for what we've got, isn't it?
I'm very grateful for where I am, what I'm doing, and where we're going, basically.
Yeah. I'm really happy.
Me too.
Most of the time, apart from when you annoy me and you don't do things I ask you to do. Pow, pow. Right. I think we're going to call it. I'm going to call it.
I'm absolutely starving.
Are you going to cook dinner because
steak.
you're the better cook then?
Yes, I'm cooking dinner.
Yay. Thank you.
I'm having steak again.
Are you actually?
Yeah.
That's like 4 nights in a row. Are you not bored of it yet?
Not yet.
It's ADHD, innit?
I'll probably get bored of it.
Get obsessed with it for a week and then you'll hate
I'm
it
going to be
next week.
hyper-focused on it and then I'll be bored of it.
Right, okay, let's call it there. Thank you guys so much for watching. What are you doing? What are you doing?
If you do like this kind of content, please like and subscribe and tick that notification bell for notionally instant notifications on when Alexis posts a new video or when we post a new episode of the podcast. Can you believe it's on episode 11?
No, I can't, but you never cease to amaze me. That was so cool.
What? You're being sarcastic.
How would I be sarcastic?
Hopefully it'll turn out alright on the actual edit.
Anyway.
If not, I'm going to look like a right numpty if I can't get it to line up.
You go get in that kitchen, right? Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.